Hi, everybody. Welcome to StripJourney. This is episode 29. My name is Morana. I'm coming to you from Copenhagen, Denmark. And we keep on exploring Europe and all the great dancers we have in Europe. And I'm very happy today to have with me somebody new, somebody that I also found online, was very impressed with her dancing. But then I was even more impressed when I saw the results her students were having. So I'm very happy today to welcome Dasha from Vienna with me. Hi, Dasha.
Hello, my name is Dasha. I'm 23 years old and I moved to Vienna 1.5 years ago.
Great to have you with me. Can we go back to start? Can you tell a little bit about yourself, how you got into dancing and everything?
So, my whole life was connected with the sports, but then I ended my career and I started dancing. But later, I decided that I want to have like a bachelor degree and I studied chemistry. But then I ended my bachelor degree and understood that it's not really what I want to do in my life. So, I came back to dancing.
And you said background in sports. Which sports did you do?
Yeah, I did figure skating. I started my career at 3 years old and I did it for 15 years.
Wow. So figure skating. Tell us a little bit about that. What kind of elements did figure skating give you that helps you with dancing?
So I started as a single skater, but because I was a quite tall girl, I changed the single skating to the ice dancing with a partner. So it's more about dancing without jumps. And I really liked this period in my life, but sometimes it was really hard because you should be slim all the time and no matter what. And as a teenager, it was really hard to lose weight for me. So sometimes it was not so good.
Yeah. And I imagine the schedule was crazy. I mean, not
It
really
was,
a regular life.
yes, it was really crazy. I remember then when I had my last exams in school, I had the schedule like I woke up at 5 a.m. Then I had a first figure skating class from 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. Then I had school. Then I had preparation for my exams. Then I had again figure skating classes. And from 9 p.m. until 10 p.m., I have extracurricular classes for biology because I need to pass a biology exam. So it was really hard for me to live in this schedule.
And then you stopped skating and you studied and you said you missed dance. So how did you then end up where you are?
Yes, I really miss dancing, and I understood that I need to find some studios when I can dance again. And I saw the really beautiful studio in my hometown on Instagram, and I saw they have strip plastic classes. So I signed up for this one, and I really like the style because the movements was so flow, so big, so like a lot of stretching movements, and I started doing street plastic first.
Nice. And then what happened next? How did you end up teaching?
First of all, I danced without heels because I thought that they look ugly for me. Yes, and then my mom bought for me the first street shoes. It was the smallest one. And I absolutely fall in love in frame up. And I found a few teachers in my city in Yekaterinburg. And I took a lot of classes with them. I also bought online classes from like Moscow teachers. And then I went to camp in Moscow, frame up camp, and it was amazing. I fall in love in frame up more, and I this camp really gave me a huge boost in my progress.
And then did you start teaching first or did you move first?
I started teaching in Yekaterinburg, yes, honestly, because I have like a really big background. For me, it was a bit, I think, easier to start doing frame up because I already have a good stretching skills and flexibility skills. So for me, it was easier. And I started teaching in Russia, and I moved to Vienna, and I continue my work here.
Mm. And I imagine when you came to Vienna, nobody knew about frame up.
No one. In Vienna, this style was not so popular at all, and now I became only one teacher who offering framework classes in Vienna. Because there were some teachers who teach flow work, but it's not a bit the same.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So how did you then start? Did you say like, oh, did you offer to a studio class? How did you get students?
First of all, I found one girl here, and she teaches exotic pole dance. And I came to her classes and I showed her my videos, and she was like, "Oh, I want to join your classes. Please make a group. I will help you." And she reposted me in her Instagram. I had the group with like 10 girls. It was my first class here.
Wow.
Yes, all girls continue to having class with me and until today. Like from the first class.
Because now I can see you have many groups. You're very busy.
Yes, I'm very busy. I have like 4 groups, and also I have private classes.
How hard was it to start with like zero with people who probably have never seen frame up? How did the start look like?
I was nervous, honestly, also because I live in Austria, and here, like people speak German, and I don't know German. And also, I was nervous about my English because it's not the same, like to have small talk on the street or teach in English. But I'm really happy that I have my girls because they are all so beautiful, hardworking girls. They like took every my class and they did everything to grow up.
So do you like courses? And I saw you have like videography and everything. Everything looks really beautiful. How did you get to that level of organizing?
I don't have a videographer for my girls because I am a videographer for
Oh,
my girls.
okay.
I bought a special lights for them, like a studio lights, and I also bought a professional camera. So we have like 3 classes along the horror, and then on the last classes we have filming because I think it's a really good idea to film the result of the work.
And I think that's also kind of also the difference that comes with like classes that come from Russia and everything, that there is this kind of
Yeah.
continuity and then you have a finale like when you film and
Yes,
everything.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So people are then very happy to see the results and see themselves how they also look.
My girls are really happy that they can have a video after classes because in Vienna also no one do it here.
Yeah, I imagine it's not also easy. It wouldn't be easy to find a videographer. So you also solved your problem by you being the videographer in that case for your girls.
I have one videographer and he makes video for me and it looks really beautiful and I really like it. But my girls told me that they are nervous when a man films them. For them, it's more comfortable to film the videos with me.
Do you also go and compete as well with dancing?
I took part in many figure skating competitions when I was young, and there were a lot of pressure on me. So I decided that I will never take part again in the competitions. But last year, I took part in the exotic dance competitions with my friend because we found that they have a category duet and here are no rules. You just need to make like a perfect show. And we decided that we want to mix frame up and exotic
Mm.
because mostly girls in pole dancing and exotic, they just do tricks and some basic flow work movements, and
Mm.
that's all. And sometimes it looks a little bit boring, so we did like a real show. We had half of the performance on the floor and half of the performance with the pole, and it looks really good. And now this week I also have the competitions in France, again exotic generation. But also I would like to try frame up strip competitions, and I already applied for one, but I need to wait a results.
Nice. That sounds exciting. Since you have so many students, did you ever think about doing a team?
I already have like a small tip, but not for competitions. For example, a few weeks ago, we filmed our group choreo, and girls were really happy about it. But because I'm only here teaching like for 1 year, and all my girls, yes, they have a really huge progress, but they are still beginners. They need to work like more, and they are not so confident in themselves, like in frame up. So I think they just need more time for it.
When I see your videos and stuff, your style looks very acrobatic. And you also get all these
Yeah.
like girls that you say are beginners to do very acrobatic things. Can you tell us more about your style and how did you get there?
I think my style a bit unique because I really like to add some gymnastic movements in my choreos and some acrobatic tricks here. Uh, and I really like flow choreos and like a ballet story during my performance.
Mm. So what is the ballet story? What would you can you give me an example?
And like I would like to point my feet more than usual, work with my hands beautifully, use ballet position during my choreos, and something like this.
So when you come to class and when you show this and this is what we're doing today in the choreo, how do your girls react when you get like, okay, we start with this trick. Let's go.
Honestly, yes. They all the time want to try something new. Sometime one time I showed them like a headstand and then the jump, and all girls were like, "Yes, let's try, please, let's do it." So I'm too happy about
That's
it.
great. You have
Yeah.
very brave students. That's amazing. So what advice do you give people who want to start frame up? So, they show up to your class for the first time. So what would you tell people who are just starting?
I would say, first of all, you need to start from the basic because it's really important, and then you can dance more beautiful than without fundamental skills. And also, you should take some stretching classes because it's really also important. And you need to try different teachers as much as you can because you need to try different styles and you need to understand which one is better for you, what would you like to do more, and you need to find your own unique style. Because if you have classes only with one teacher, you just take everything from this teacher and you just do the same movements like this teacher. So I think it's really important to have classes with different teachers.
What other things have you kind of noticed? Also the differences. I always like to hear what people say is the difference from your students when you were in Yekaterinburg and here in Vienna.
Honestly, I like Austrian girls more. Because yes, because here they really want to try some crazy things. They want to work really hard. They want to repeat every movement 100 times. And in Yekaterinburg, I had girls, and honestly, it was not my vibe because they only want to chill. They want to just dance with their favorite songs and make a beautiful video. And it was a goal with these girls. And of course, you can do it, but it's not my style, I think.
So then you talked a little bit about your style. So how do you make choreos then? How do you make choreos, especially when you think you need to teach this on a certain beginner level as well?
Music is really important for me. So I need to love the music on 100%. And when I feel match with music, I just turn on the music and put my phone, I turn on the video and I feel myself. And I just try to improvise, sometimes with closed eyes because I don't see my movements in the mirror. And then I will watch my videos and I try to find some interesting things and then I just try to mix it in one choreo.
So everything comes from improvisation. Do you do improvisation
Yeah,
with your girls as well?
I'm trying, but it's really, really hard for them. And I think they just need more time.
I have always a set of questions that I ask everybody, and the first
Mhm.
one is always a favorite. What do you prefer, boots or sandals? Do you even have boots?
Yes, I have, but I prefer sandals because I like how it looks on my feet and I like that I can point my feet more in sandals. But I use boots for acrobatic choreos.
Mm. And it fits with you saying what these ballet movements and everything that pointing the
Yeah.
feet is very important. Do you have like a frame up teacher or dancer that's your inspiration?
Yes, I have. Her name is Lisa, and her nickname on Instagram Udmurtka. She's
Ah.
such a brilliant. She's so beautiful. Her lines, her hands work, her legs. It looks perfect. I can watch her videos 1,000 times.
Do you have a favorite choreo that you learned from somebody else or a project that you joined that's not your own?
Yes, and it was a choreo from Lisa, and it was I I think maybe you know it. The food choreo. It's
Ah.
really popular. Yeah, bottom line course, and I did it, and I really liked it. But it was really hard for my brain.
Do you have a favorite choreo of your own that you made?
Yes, I have, and it calls the return, and it was like a mermaid story, and I really liked the video with the lights, and I really like my uh, movements with my legs, and also I add at the end a chest stand, and I think it was really beautiful, and I really like it.
Can you describe frame up in one word?
I think it's strange
Oh.
in everything.
Do you have some kind of special memory for being a dance teacher? Some memorable moment?
I remember that one girl told me that she will never do it, and then after like half a year of classes, she already did it, and she was so happy. And I also was so happy that she finally did it, and it was amazing. I really like this feeling when my student can do.
Was it an acro moment or just a choreo or
Yes, yes,
something?
it was a bridge from
Mm.
standing up position and then elbow stand and two.
And like I would say, oh, I teach beginners, and then you say things like this.
And she's a beginner.
That's super impressive. Do you have any fun fact about yourself that your students don't know?
I don't think so, but I think that they should remember that I'm also a human and I'm still also learning. And sometimes I also need to repeat one movement 1,000 times, and only after that it will be perfect. Because sometimes I think they forget about it.
They think that it all comes very easy to you, or
Yes, yes, yes. They think that I can do everything from the first try, but it's not the truth. For example, I have 4 classes per day, and I also spend 3 hours for my self trainings, like 5 days per week.
what are your next plans?
I really want to take part in the competitions in the PMAP, so maybe I would like to create a new choreo, but not for the teaching, for myself, for competitions.
So you are going back to competitions then, is what I hear.
Hmm. Yeah.
You said you teach so much, so I'm guessing you teach dancing full time?
Yes. Yes. I started teaching after 2 weeks after I moved here because it was super boring here.
Yeah, I imagine also when you're new, this is one way to make friends and meet people as well.
Yes, yes. I think without my work, I will have a depression, honestly. Because
Mm.
now I have a lot of girls, I have new friends because of it, and I have work.
I mean, also for me, the reason I do the podcast is also to like connect people around Europe because we're just also still so few that do frame up and that teach. So it's always nice to hear that somebody is developing somewhere from zero, right?
Yes, and I'm so sad that, for example, in Prague and in Czech Republic, I know that there are a lot of incredible teachers, frame up teachers, but in Austria, no one teaches, only me. And I really would like to make a good teachers in future for my own studio.
That's a good goal to have your own studio and your own teachers and everything.
Yeah.
You said when you started, you already had 10 girls. Has it been growing in the 1 year? Is it getting more and more people?
Yes. Now I think every month I have like 80, 90 people.
Wow. Yeah, Vienna is not so big, so that's very impressive. So thank you so much for sharing your experience and your knowledge. I always ask people for a last thing. Do you have any messages for people listening?
Love yourself, keep growing, don't be upset if something doesn't work, and remember that you don't need to compare yourself with other girls.
I think this is something we all need to be reminded all the time. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you for joining
Thank you
me and
so much.
taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.